KPEL News Time coming up on 641. This is Acadiana's Morning News. Bernadette Lee and Brandon Como. And joining us on the phone line, Erick Knezek, District 8 representative on the Lafayette Parish School Board, has announced his run for U.S. Congress in November. He'll run for the 3rd Congressional District seat that's currently held by Charles Boustany, who's vacating his seat to run for the U.S. Senate. So first of all, Mr. Knezek, thank you so much for joining us early this morning.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right. So first question is that we want to ask you, what made you come to the conclusion to run for Congress? You know, we know that you were elected in 2014 to sit on the Lafayette Parish School Board. What has prompted you to jump into this U.S. congressional race so soon into your school board term?
Well, I can tell you, I've absolutely loved my time on the school board. It's shown me that there are a lot of opportunities to solve problems, and we need skill sets similar to mine. Leadership, business type mindset in order to solve those problems. And the time on the school board, I've been able to develop a camaraderie and demonstrate my leadership skills that I think our nation needs at a higher level.
Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about your background and the different positions you've held, et cetera.
All right. Well, I grew up from pretty humble beginnings. My dad was a Lafayette City police officer. I'm second-generation immigrant. So had the opportunity to go to the United States Naval Academy out of my graduation of Lafayette High School. I excelled there and served in the United States Navy Seabees and then became a deep-sea diver. Did a lot of anti-terrorist work at the end there of my naval term. Saw opportunity to go into business to provide ocean engineering solutions for the Navy. So I went into business about 2004 and have had the opportunity to build a business and provide jobs. And the opportunity most recently to serve on the school board. So I've done quite a few things.
Yeah, to say the least. I mean, you have a well-rounded, if you're looking at, if we say resume, you have a lot of different experiences under your belt. What do you think is the big number one primary thing why people in America still continually say, we hate Congress, we hate this, we hate that? Is it just lack of confidence? What do you think it is, Erick?
I think it's the lack of getting appreciable work done.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are tired of the dogmatic attitude, and they're really looking for realistic solutions.
Mm-hmm.
One of the opportunities that serving on the school board has shown me that, and I think we'll see this, I've got the unanimous support of my school board.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about that, and you think about the dysfunction that we were in just 2 years ago,
yeah,
to have the unanimous support of a diverse board made up of Republicans, Democrats, African Americans, white, male, female, we come from very different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
But to have that unanimous support shows that I know how to work together and develop solutions. And I think that's what the American people are looking for. They want somebody to go up there and develop plausible and realistic solutions.
We're speaking with Erick Knezek, who's announced his run for U.S. Congress in November. So kind of brings the question to my mind, how will you be able to make a difference, with the current state of Congress and the current state of things in the country? How will you be able to go up and make a difference if elected, as opposed to just, becoming someone who just becomes a part of that Washington machine?
Right. Well, as I was just mentioning, I think it's solutions. I've demonstrated throughout my life that I know how to develop solutions and work with people to develop effective things that are good for our country.
What kind of campaign do you think it will be? I mean, we know that Lieutenant Colonel Ellison has announced that he's going to run for the seat, but I mean, it's Louisiana, right? So any day there could be 3 more candidates in the race. I mean, you can only speak for yourself, but how do you think this campaign cycle will go, sir?
Well, I think it'll be interesting. I mean, Louisiana politics are interesting.
To say the least, huh?
I can tell you that I'm going to focus on my race. I have control of only my race, and that's all I'll be focused on.
Mm-hmm. If there's, the number, I know you talk a lot about solutions, but if there is one thing that really galvanizes you as far as wanting to win this election, is it national security? Is it taxes? Or really, can it not be narrowed down to 1 or 2 major issues?
I don't think it can be. I mean, I'll tell you very simply, I want to restore the American dream. And I know that sounds like a slogan, but if you think about my opportunities that I've had in life, the only reason I was able to go to college was because I had the opportunity to win a scholarship, essentially, to the Naval Academy. So education provided me opportunity. Military service taught me how to serve and how to lead. Building a business taught me how to generate jobs, how to generate security for families. And when you think about those issues, I think that's what Americans are worried about. I mean, when you talk about restoring the American dream, people don't, when kids grow up, they don't dream about being on welfare one day. That's not the American dream. The American dream is not worrying about if you're going to be unemployed. It's not being afraid to go to the movie theater, right? Yeah. It's not. So there are so many things that are fundamental to restoring that American dream. And I really think that's the theme, is that Americans, it means something to be an American. We want to be able to have good jobs. We want to feel safe. We want to serve our community. We want to help our fellow man. And that's really my focus. I want to help restore the American dream.
So as we wrap up with you, Mr. Knezek, what would you like your final word to potential voters to be?
My final word would be to check out my website, erickforla.com. That's ERICKFORLA.com. Please watch our announcement video, volunteer, and donate.
All right. Mr. Knezek, thank you very much for your time this morning. Very interesting talking to you, and obviously we'll keep updated on how the race progresses.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you. All right. Yeah. So we'll be looking for him, and we have still been working. Schedules have been a little bit crazy for Lieutenant Colonel Ellison, so we are working on that too, to have him come in and talk with him as well. Yeah,
Bernie, this will be an interesting race. I mean, for a while, Erick Knezek's name has been, rumored about that he would be jumping into this thing. So now it's been made official. You have other potential candidates. I mean, what is Scott Angel going to do after finishing in third place in the governor's race? Does he decide to jump in here? Well, also you've got, State Representative Stuart Bishop from here, and Brett Guyman. Brett Guyman has been someone that, has become known in the Common Core fight, or the fight against Common Core. So, but does he have enough name recognition throughout the state to be able to make a successful run?
Right.
And a lot of this, I feel like depends too on Scott Angel, because we know of the stronghold that Scott Angel has down here as well.
Absolutely.
So, again, I mean, there's just we just see it taking shape, as you said, Bernie. But, Erick Knezek has been a rising star here locally, and we're going to find out how that translates to across the state as well. So
absolutely.
Should be
fun. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Political, it's always fun.
Oh, yeah, definitely. KPEL News Time is coming up on 6:49.